Here's the deal with Trump. Here's the real reality of Trump. Trump is not interested in helping white nationalists, even though he does. He's not interested in helping the American Nazi Party, even though he does. He's not interested in bolstering the KKK, even though he does. Trump is interested in maybe three things: money, fame, and power. That's it. That's it. I would leave it at those three things. The reason I say this is because Donald Trump's campaign has been renting in the Trump Tower, and they have now that they are fundraising from the public, they have quadrupled the rent that they are charging themselves. They are paying a higher rent than other tenants occupying more space than what they have. Right. So this is in his Trump Towers in Manhattan. According to filings for the FEC, the Republican nominee campaigns paid $169,000 in rent last month for space at the Manhattan skyscraper. In March, the campaign paid Trump Tower LLC only about $35,000 in rent. So between March and July, they basically quadrupled the rent, according to recent Federal Election Commission filings. So this is from the campaign itself, right? The campaign said, I want you to listen to this precise language. The campaign said, we calculated the rent based on the average rent per square foot in the area, the campaign said in a statement provided to CNN. So in other words, hang on. Let's finish the sentence. Here's the rest of their quote. Overall, we still pay over $40,000 less in rent than the Clinton campaign. So, in other words, the tenant, right? Because Trump campaign is the tenant inside of Trump Towers. The tenant has dictated and calculated their rent and told Trump Towers, this is what we're going to pay you in rent. When's the last time you as a tenant was able to tell your landlord, this is what we're going to pay you? But I guess when your landlord is the campaign, the man's name is on the building as well as the campaign, I guess they can dictate and have this kind of symbiotic relationship where they could tell this is what we want to pay. But the bigger portion about it is that the biggest thing about this is that he has now shifted the burden, not just the burden, but the surplus of the rent at the point where they are now fundraising. So back in March, he was ostensibly self-funding and he paid himself $35,000 in rent for 1 month. Now he's been collecting and raising money across the nation, and he has now begun charging himself $169,000 per month. A prominent RNC member who supports Trump told the Huffington Post that if they don't have any more staff and they're paying 5 times more, that's the kind of stuff I'd read and try to make an attack ad out of. Yeah, no kidding. So Trump supporters, Trump endorsees, people who are working with them, everybody knows that this is an attack ad waiting to happen. Overall, federal records have shown that the Trump campaign has directed almost one-fifth of his campaign cash to companies to which he is linked. Folks, Donald Trump is making out like a bandit. And I say this because ultimately, we'll see what the numbers end up as at the end. If his numbers come remotely close to what Obama and Romney spent, I think combined they spent like $500 million each, like $500 million. That's we seem to think that Donald Trump doesn't really care because he's rich. But at the end of the day, if he takes a fifth of $500 million, nobody, no matter how rich you are, is going to pass up on that. So Donald Trump is enriching himself. He's enriching his businesses. Even some of his children's businesses are getting the benefits of this campaign.